and I figured I'd start filming now because I got a surprise from my contractor, Jeremiah. He surprised me. You remember the video the other day? We went and looked at this garden set. Look at this. He gave me a whole set. It's from my contractor. Look at this. This is crazy. So we'll have to get this painted. Wow. It's a whole set. That's the tabletop. I think, not sure where we're gonna put that yet. Look at this. It's got the both chairs. Wow, nice. So I got tables, stools, and 2 benches. Pretty cool. That stuff is heavy. That is solid concrete. So I got table. Let me zoom out here. Got the table, 2 of these stools. They're like stumps, and then 2 couch bench seats. That's awesome. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you, Jeremiah. You're the best contractor. All right, guys. I have been back and forth to, might need to keep this box. I have been back and forth today to City Hardware and different hardwares. I'll show you the inside in a little bit. Look at that. That is heavy. Wow, that is heavy. It's awesome. So I think what we'll do is paint. We're gonna paint the wheels. I'll come up with a color scheme, but that'll be later. I gotta go back to City Hardware. I need a faceplate cover for that box where the internet wire came in. We got the internet installed today, so I'll talk about that later, but I'll be back. All right, guys, I just got back from City Hardware for like the 4th time today. They really have good tea. I love drinking that tea. So let's take a quick look here. Jeremiah surprised me with that set. They're setting it up so they can relax. I bought them some gin and some snacks. Finish this ceiling here. I think it's finished. I think that's how it's going to be. What else? Yeah, so the big thing today was getting the internet. They brought the internet in through down there, that pole. There's a PVC line that runs all the way underground, over and up into the house. I'll show you that in a second. Need to make sure I get silicone, put silicone on the tip of that. So I had to go to City Hardware to get a faceplate. Before I take my shoes off, they're starting to clean up a little bit. So this is the internet here, and it comes in through that wall. So I had to get a faceplate. So I got a plain one. We're just gonna drill a hole and then put the fiber optic wire. And I actually bought Christine bought a stand that mounts to the wall here, but it was gray. So I got some cocoa brown spray paint and they just painted that. So tomorrow we'll put that there, and then we'll put a molding strip to hide the two wires, so you won't see that. Also, I have a lot of extra tiny pieces of this PVC paneling. So we're gonna go ahead and do the whole bottom. I said, run that through the whole bottom. I just don't like the look of that white down there. So we have one big piece, and then we have a bunch of little pieces. And then you seen that the other day. So this door, this is the bedroom number 3. This is the door. You can see they got the finishing on it. Looks really sharp. And then they got this all cleaned up in here. That is the washing machine. So I had some issues with the water line. I had to go buy a new faucet so that would fit. So that's all installed. Keep that covered. I think we'll try that out tomorrow. Shit, I just stepped in water. Don't want to choke. So that's bedroom number 3. Oh, they finished that door. This is bedroom number 2. This is our guest room. This will be where my dad will be staying. So look at that. That is beautiful. That is a mahogany door, solid mahogany. How much was it? 6,000 pesos. 6,000 pesos is probably 110 US dollars. And that's the door handle that we got. Really nice, really heavy duty. And then this is the master bedroom door. They haven't finished yet. This is actually the darker one. When they started, I said go with the, what was that, maple? Or walnut. And they did this one first, and then I said it's too dark. So kind of stuck with this one, but it'll get a finish. So it'll turn out nice. And then they did install, you hear that? This is the ceiling fan. It is huge. Jeremiah went with a 10-inch ceiling fan. And my thinking is that we're gonna keep these windows cracked open and keep that fan on, and that will cool the attic. And I have 2, I'll show you the other one. So that will blow air directly, pull air from outside and then up into the attic. This door will be closed, so it's not gonna affect the air con. There's the dog door. The dog door has 2 rubber flaps. Has 2 rubber flaps, and then it has a metal door that you can put on. So this seals. I can actually feel the air getting sucked in here. Yeah, so that's a 10-inch 10-inch ceiling fan. And then so we got one in here. This one's running. Man, so hard to keep my lenses clean. That's a 10-inch. And I can feel it. So keep this window cracked, open. Have some fresh air coming in here up into the attic, which will cool the attic because that air will force air out through the top. That's my thinking anyways. Leave that open. These guys, they love my bench from Jeremiah. That was really cool. Those things are not cheap. Actually, I think the benches are $5,000 a piece, and then probably another $5,000 for the seats and the table. So it's like $300. I'm not going to complain about that. That was really nice of him to do. What else do we got? Oh, I'll show you on the carport. Oh man, that breeze feels nice. Tomorrow they're going to work on the nightstands and hopefully finish up these walk-in closets. And need to paint all this. I think they're done with all the spackling. The old guy does it and he really takes his time. He does a really good job, but he's just really, I don't know what you call it, efficient. So we got the solar lights. So there's one there, one there. I had June hide the wires. So he actually got up in there and ran the wires so you can't see anything. Let's see out here. Look, there's the wires. He put a stripping right there, and then up on top of the roof are 2 solar panels that are hidden. So you would never know that these are solar powered. And we have these down at the farm. They are great. They really are. Actually, if I knew where the remote was, see if I could find the remote. All right, I found a microfiber cloth, cleaned my lens. Let's see. So it's the same remote that we have down home, or down at the farm. There we go. Check that out. At nighttime, these things are really bright. And they're solar. That's free energy, man. Can't beat that. Got different timers, got different modes. Set a timer, turn auto, turn off, off. Control both of them with the same remote. Really cool. All right, need to get some magnets for these. Probably just put these outside. Yeah, I bought those guys a bunch of pork rinds and fish skins. Yuck. I don't eat that crap. Yuck. I don't eat pork or fish rinds. All right, guys, that is pretty much it for the day. Got 2 more lights coming, hopefully tomorrow. Finish that stuff up. And the big thing, still waiting to hear from my contractor about the Kitchen cabinets. This is what really missing is the kitchen cabinets. And finish the countertop. All right, guys. That is it for me. I am going to go home. It is Friday. It is Red Horse Day. I got me some cold beer on my bike. Go drink me some beer, watch some TV, and that's it. I'll be back tomorrow. All right, guys. Until next time. Peace.